let's talk about something no one wants to admit. Starting a small business is like stepping into the ring with a heavyweight boxer. Blindfolded. Every year, thousands of dreamers take the leap, filled with hope, passion, and big ideas. But statistically, 8 out of 10 small businesses will crash and burn within the first 18 months. That's not just a number, that's a reality check. But here's the twist. While most people fail, some succeed and thrive. So what separates the 80% who vanish from the 20% who build legacies? Is it luck? Timing? Talent? Nope. It usually boils down to a few critical decisions. So today we're diving deep into why most small businesses fail, and more importantly, how to beat the odds. We'll break down the 5 most common causes of failure, and I'll give you real-world tactics that successful entrepreneurs use to rise above the rest. If you're thinking about starting a business or struggling to keep yours afloat, this might be the most important video you'll ever watch. First up, poor product market fit. This is the #1 killer of small businesses, and yet so many entrepreneurs ignore it. So what is it exactly? Simply put, product market fit means you're solving a real problem for a real group of people who are willing to pay for it. Here's the mistake. A lot of entrepreneurs build something they think is cool. They fall in love with the product. They polish it. They brand it. They launch it with pride. And then crickets. No customers. No traction. Why? Because they skipped the most critical step, talking to the market first. Imagine creating an app to help people find coffee shops in New York without checking if 100 similar apps already exist. Or opening a vegan bakery in a neighborhood that's 80% meat-eating construction workers. It sounds ridiculous, but it happens all the time. Here's the fix. Start with the customer, not the product. Before you build anything, ask, what pain point am I solving? Who exactly has this problem? Are they actively looking for a solution, and will they pay me to solve it? The best founders spend months validating their idea before writing a single line of code or renting a single square foot. They conduct surveys, run test ads, even pre-sell their product before it exists. Find the demand first, then build the supply. All right, let's say you've nailed your product market fit. Great! But now comes your next potential downfall: marketing mistakes. You can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, your business will die a quiet death. Too many business owners think marketing is just posting a few times on Instagram or running a Facebook ad. Others rely purely on word of mouth, hoping customers will magically appear. That's not marketing, that's wishful thinking. Here's what separates the amateurs from the pros. Pros understand who their customer is down to the core. They know where they hang out, what language they speak, what triggers their emotions. They test different messages, different platforms, and track every dollar spent. One big mistake: trying to sell to everyone. Let's be real. If your target market is anyone who needs it, then your target is no one. You have to get specific. Focus on a niche. Build a message that speaks directly to them. Another mistake: ignoring content and branding. People buy from those they trust. That trust is built through storytelling, through helpful content, and consistent branding. Want a real-world tactic? Create a 3-part content system: educational content that solves problems, emotional content that connects with values, engaging content that builds community. And remember, you don't have to do it all. Focus on the platforms your audience uses. If your customers are small businesses, LinkedIn might be gold. If they're millennials, TikTok or Instagram Reels. Just don't spread yourself too thin. Now this one's brutal. Cash flow mismanagement. It's not that you don't make money, it's that you don't manage money. Tons of businesses look successful on paper but go broke because their cash dries up. They can't pay employees, they can't stock inventory. One big bill and it's game over. Why does this happen? Poor forecasting. Overspending on things that don't drive revenue, relying on inconsistent income. Here's the truth: you need to know your numbers. That doesn't mean you need to be a CPA, but you must track your monthly burn rate, your break-even point, your customer acquisition cost, CAC, and your lifetime value, LTV. Too many entrepreneurs only check their bank balance. That's dangerous. Let me give you a real-world tactic, the 50-30-20 rule for small business. 50% of income goes to operational costs, rent, tools, salaries. 30% goes to growth, marketing, product development. 20% goes into savings or reinvestment buffer. Also, have a 3-month runway in cash, minimum. If sales drop, that buffer will keep you breathing. This one's sneaky. Hiring too fast. You land a few clients, get a big deal, or have your first profitable quarter, and boom, you start hiring like a Fortune 500 company. Assistants, marketers, sales reps. You expand too fast. What happens? Suddenly your expenses skyrocket. You're spending more time managing people than serving customers. Quality drops. Culture suffers. Morale fades. Start lean. Stay lean. The best businesses hire slowly and fire quickly. Every person you bring on should multiply the value of the business, not drain it. Before you hire, ask, can I automate this first? Can a contractor handle this short term? Is this task core to revenue generation? Here's a real-world success tactic. Hire for outcomes, not roles. Don't hire a social media manager. Hire someone who can generate 10 qualified leads per week using social media. See the difference? Also, never hire just to feel busy. Hire to solve bottlenecks. Remember, your first few hires define your culture. Make them count. 5. Real-world success tactics. Approximate. 400 words. Okay, we've talked about what goes wrong. Now let's talk about what goes right. How did the 2 out of 10 succeed? They follow repeatable success tactics, and here are 5 of the best. 1. Focus on one thing at a time. Successful founders don't try to launch 5 products at once or chase every opportunity. They pick one core offer, one target audience, one message, and hammer it. Once that's working, then they expand. 2. Build systems, not just hustle. At first, you wear all the hats, but if you're always winging it, you'll burn out. Build SOPs, standard operating procedures. Use tools like Notion, Trello, or Zapier to automate. Systems scale, hustle doesn't. 3. Obsess over the customer. Talk to your customers weekly. Ask what's working, what's not. Use their language in your marketing. Make them feel seen. Businesses that obsess over customer success win, period. 4. Sell before you build. Want to launch something new? Pre-sell it. Use landing pages, mock-ups, or minimum viable products. If no one bites, you just saved months of effort. Smart founders validate ideas with real money, not compliments. 5. Build a tribe. Great businesses don't just sell products, they build communities. Think about brands like Apple or Patagonia. Their customers aren't just buyers, they're believers. Create content, host events, build a newsletter, engage with people regularly. That tribe becomes your marketing engine. And here's a bonus. Take care of yourself. Burnout kills more businesses than bad strategy. Take breaks, sleep, learn to say no. Your energy is your most valuable asset. Conclusion and call to action, approximately 200 words. So let's bring this home. Most small businesses fail not because the founders aren't smart or passionate, but because they make avoidable mistakes. They build something no one wants. They don't know how to reach their audience. They run out of money. They hire too fast. And they forget to build systems that scale. But now you know better. You know what to avoid. You know what to focus on. If you're dreaming about launching your business, or if you're in the trenches trying to survive, just remember, you don't have to be part of the 80% who fail. You can be one of the 2 that thrive. And I want to hear from you. What part of this hit hardest for you? Are you struggling with product market fit? Worried about cash flow? Need help with hiring or systems? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. Share your experience. Help others learn. And if you found this valuable, give it a like. Share it with someone who's building a business and subscribe. Create my route for more real, raw, and practical content like this. You've got the vision. Now let's help you beat the odds.